Well, obviously they shoot the three ball extremely well. We got to be who we are and do what we do. We're not going to change, our style and our identity right now. We got to be aware of the three-point line from them. So number one, we got to be great in our defense, our effort, our contest rate at the three-point line's got to be there. They're going to shoot threes, but they better be contested threes, and then give them one shot. So, we got to find other ways to make up for the math, but in general, we need their three-point line to come down. They shot it well last night. Doesn't mean they're going to shoot it well tonight, but we got to go, do our part to get out there and be aggressive in our contests. Get the guys off the line that we deem necessary, and then fly around from there. So, offensively, we just got to do what we do and be who we are.
Zion is playing in a back-to-back first time since early of last year. Just what does it say about where he's made it to in his conditioning that he's clear for these at this point?
Yeah, Z's progressing well. He looks well. He's getting in better shape every game, every day. Mentality's right, spirit's right. That's the biggest thing for me. The mindset is right. The body's coming along every day, getting better and better. And he was fantastic last night again. So, not surprised. He deserves the credit. Zion has been committed to this. He's committed to this team, this city, and I expect that to continue.
I know the last 2 minutes of the game last night didn't go quite exactly maybe the way you wanted it, but how much easier is it for you to have these teachable moments after winning the game than not?
Yeah, right. I'd rather teach after a win, and we taught after the win. We watched it together. We owned it. This team is learning how to win in close situations, clutch moments. I think last 10 games we've been one of the best fourth quarter teams in the league, and that has to continue. So we believe we're a very good fourth quarter team, but there's lessons in there from last night that we could have closed out a much cleaner way, more mature way. We talked through it. We'll get better for it.
I know you've really been a big proponent on depth and spreading the wealth, and your leading scorer scored 11 points last night, and you were still able to win. Is that the kind of mindset and offense that you're trying to really build here?
Yeah, we're going to spread it around. Whatever the game calls for, I just expect our guys to make the right play. We don't care where the right shot comes from. We just want it to be the right shot. So we're tougher to guard that way. I'd rather have multiple guys in double figures than one guy. We have guys that can do that. They're capable. We have 3, 4, 5 guys that can go for 30 plus any given night. So go do that when the game calls for that. But in general, we want to be multi-dimensional. Ball moves, and we're playing with great pace, trusting each other. So so far, we're making strides in that area.
Coach, you guys have a young roster, but you guys are starting to come into this physical identity and to become known around the league. How important is it for a team like your guys yourselves to have a dictative approach rather than reactive, and knowing that you lean on your identity no matter who you're going up against?
Yeah, I think that's the key right there. Like, we are what we are, and we're going to impose our will. We're not going to, bend to anybody else. There's things that we do well, and we're gonna hammer that every single night, and we're not gonna bend on that. So we want to be physical. We want to get downhill. We want to get to the paint. You can look at the numbers. We're not tricking anybody. But we have multiple guys that can do it. We're gonna do it in transition. We're gonna do it in the half court. We're gonna do it on the offensive board. We'll do that at pick and roll. We'll do it off ball. But our goal is to get downhill, attack the paint, get to the rim, and then make it the right play too. We got to do that. So to me, that's an aggressive mindset.
And on the flip side of that, the defensive end of the floor, obviously you want to be more aggressive at the point of attack, and then obviously deterring the paint touches themselves with Jared Allen
Sure.
and those players. How do you get players to prioritize getting out in transition, but also stopping the scoring zone?
Well, defensively, we got to get back, and it starts with our transition. We got to get back and set our defense, and we want to play fast, obviously offensively, but there's got to be a mentality to get back. And I think sometimes you could get lost in doing that as a pace team, transition team offensively. At times you could get lost defensively. You stop getting back, you just lean into that piece, and you forget to sprint back and do that part. And we got exposed in the first half last night against Dallas. They did that to us in the first half. We were too comfortable offensively, and it bled into being comfortable defensively. To be a good team, you got to be able to do both. And so we got to get back, set our defense number one, protect the paint. We're not where we want to be defensively, but we're making strides. I think last night was an example of that. We made some strides there in the second half. solidified our defense. I think that would have been one of our better ranked games defensively. Protect the paint and then get out to shooters. You know, this team will challenge us tonight. You know, they're going to shoot a lot of threes, but we got to be who we are.
Speaking of learning how to win, when you're actually able to show them results, and you know, obviously on your 5-game winning streak right now, just how much easier is that as a coach to you say the proof is in the pudding?
Yeah.
Trying to get to you.
It's important. You know, I've been preaching to the guys that it's about the process. You got to live in the process. No matter what, win or lose, we're going to come back to our house and get better. You know, we're going to watch film. We're going to pound the rock. We're going to get to the next day and learn from it and grow and keep hammering away. The truth is, you need some validation for that. We're human beings. You need a little bit of validation. Like, Coach, I get it now. I see it. But even when we were losing some games, they were close games. We were right there. We were on the edge, and we just said, it's going to, you know, just stay with it. It's going to turn. It's slowly turning, you know, and we're not exactly where we want to be. I don't want to be stuck on the results right now. I want to stay process oriented. This is who we are. This is what we're doing every day. Stay with it, win or lose. Obviously, I like to win, though, and we all like to win, and we'll teach from that, you know, and because there's an energy to that. Obviously, winning brings an energy, a belief, a mentality of validation to what you're trying to do. So you need that in this league. Otherwise, you know, every day to come back and do that, it can be a little bit difficult. But I give our guys a lot of credit because even through some of those tough losses, there was a Memphis loss, a Dallas loss, a Minnesota loss, painful. Spur lost, you know, one possession game, but they were making strides. I'm really proud of the group that, you know, we're getting a little bit healthier. We're forming this identity, and now we believe that we can win any night. You know, that's the goal. So if we do the things the right way and we stay to our game plan, good things will happen.
Obviously, knowing that balance is necessary. Is there like a lesson in this is still a kid's game and we have to enjoy it while also learning the wins and losses?
It's good for me too. You know, I think my run in Charlotte, I lived and died with every game and win and loss, and you're like, why are you doing this? Are you really enjoying it? Like, you got into this to enjoy it. It's a game. It's a game. And we talk about that with our team. Like, they actually pay us to do this, to play a game. It's what an incredible opportunity. And I think we're all at our best when you have that youthful spirit. And when I went back to Albuquerque to, you know, my year off, I spent some time with my boys, my sons, and coached the game through their lens as a youthful, young basketball player, and I found more joy in that. And I hope I'm bringing that with me. And I have to check myself because sometimes even right now, you get back in the mindset of everybody's talking about the results, and it just adds pressure to something that is so pure. It's just a game, and I think we're all better as coaches, as players, when you're enjoying the moment. You're trusting that this is a game that we get to do and play for a living. So I hope that I'm better in that area now. I'm very aware of that, and I have people in my life, which is really important, that hold me accountable to that. You got to smile a little bit more. You got to have a little more fun, have a little more joy, and I think that'll rub off on our players as well. Thank you.